Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Grill and Bar and Maeve's Bar Sligo.
That all good?
232.
Finally, you stayed calm during all that as well.
Oh, sure, I don't know what's going on.
No, I know, but even so, you stayed calm. Usually either Ray or Brendan would say something like, "But sure, does it matter though, really?"
Oh, and that's very condescending.
Which is the worst thing you can say to someone who's trying to set up a room.
And
I can't believe you didn't.
For anybody that didn't know there, we actually spent the last 15 minutes trying to figure out something.
Yeah. We're always trying to upgrade for the benefit of you, the listeners, and in this stage, the viewers.
Of Mark.
No, it's not. It's for the benefit of the editing process.
Sure.
It's for the benefit of
That's
all
Mark.
you wonderful people. That's me. Who thinks about you. Ray doesn't think about you at all.
No.
He doesn't care about the quality of content you get.
No.
All he cares about is getting money off Anderson's and Maeve's. That's all Ray gives a crap about is our sponsors.
And we're very good at it, and they're very good to us.
They're very good to us, Ray, but sometimes I find that you're just focusing on them and them only, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Having said that, I can't see your face anymore. Did it look all right, James?
James taking the keys himself.
Yeah, we have literally we just fired Brendan. We just said, you know what? He hasn't been turning up to work. People have been saying they've seen him outside Tesco car park drinking cans.
Yeah,
playing a tin whistle.
What?
No, I'm just saying that he's busking for money now, trying to, and he can't play the tin whistle at all.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go on.
How's your hole?
Stop, man. Don't.
No.
I thought you'd never ask.
Now, Friday night, you spent a long time sitting in the van. Now, admittedly, a different seat this time.
Different time duration. Were
you able to sit and stand on Saturday?
I was okay again. I think my hole has acclimatized to
the harshness of a 07 van.
Because it happens, you know, if you talk to someone who lives in the Arctic Circle, they won't be telling you, geez, Baltic here.
No, yeah, true. Yeah,
They're just used to it, so
you just weren't used to that.
I'm just used to comfort is all.
Hard work is what you're not used to.
Ray is on about a gig from a band called The Atlantic.
Yeah.
And we might as well go full hog now in saying that we've actually done a gig now. Myself and Ray are in a brand new band.
Yeah.
A wedding band. We went up and did
Not a wedding.
Not a wedding, no. We started off with a corporate gig for the wonderful people in Ibeck. And it was very much enjoyable and it was great to do it.
They know how to party.
I'll tell you one thing now, them Ibeck people, listen, they can sort out your policies, but they can dance on the floor as well.
I was a bit surprised.
Go on.
You DJ'd.
I DJ'd,
for 2 hours.
My main mixing finger, Ray, hasn't been used. I haven't. I wrecked my main mixing finger about 10 years ago, DJing and licked my stereo.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been used since, man. It was back.
You mixed.
Now, I didn't have full motion back in it, but I could find myself chickadee checking myself a couple of times with this.
Can we talk about some of these items? First of all, I have to say, we were all rather astonished that people danced for the duration of the 2 hours. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. But what I found funny was myself and Dwayne of the Gallaghers were sitting out in the foyer of the hotel.
That's right.
And I was getting text messages from Mark. He's sharing songs on Spotify. And you were asking me, can you listen to that and see if people had danced to it?
So what I do when I'm DJing is I have my DJ rig. But then I'm too nice, you see. So when people come up and ask me for a song, I'll usually play it for them. But when you're DJing, you can't put on a load of bollocks when you have a full floor.
Yes, but most DJs, even the
will just say, no, don't know.
No. Even the most slightly accomplished DJs will have some form of a setup where they can listen to a song while the other song is playing.
Oh, I know. I should have had that.
You didn't have that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't have that this time.
You were like everybody's favourite wedding DJ, with standing there with the microphone on the lead, and just pressing play on the CD. Now, lads.
Yeah. And pretty much, yeah. But isn't that great, though?
I know.
Because they're not trying to book DJ Tiesto.
Yeah, but I think we might need to... up your DJ game.
Okay, just in case anyone thinks that Ray's making me out to be a shit DJ.
No, you are a very good DJ.
I do have virtual DJ and all. It's not like I'm just hitting play on my phone.
It's just he's not DJing.
I am DJing.
No, you're not.
I'm mixing all the beats. Do you not think that I'm looking at the beats?
Are you mixing the beats?
I'm looking at what song is coming next and what BPM it is and everything to see if it matches.
But you don't bother listening to it.
So that when someone asks for a song that I don't know, I'm like, there's the problem with me as a DJ. If you're going to really zone in, I hope we never get booked for a wedding actually, which is funny that we won't. If you're going to really zone in on me, my problem with the whole DJing thing is that I don't know a lot of modern songs.
Yeah. What did the lady say to you?
She asked me for a song from Saltbjörg or whatever
No. The lady came up and goes, excuse me.
Ray, are you trying to literally not get us... Your marketing
You were on
schemes.
the Venga bus.
She said to me, so I was playing requests and the floor was lifting out of us.
Yeah.
And a woman said, I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
and I don't.
About it.
She said, I don't mean any offense by this, but have you got anything modern?
Any modern song?
And I said to her, in about 12 songs, lovey. They are flying up.
Because Mark had created a playlist in Spotify and he was playing the shit out of it.
I mean, do you ever wonder why you bothered asking someone to do something when you're... I forgot, because you do marketing for this podcast as well. I forgot that you're shit at it. Like, your whole job is to say, even when we're doing the podcast, is to say, make sure you don't wreck anyone's head by annoying them with content.
Yeah.
And also, make sure we don't tell anyone that we're worthless either.
Sorry, I was just enjoying all the crack from the
she
I
said,
forgot there was so much crack.
Yeah, she said, have you got Anton Modern? Because that's all I like. And I was like, I will, like, in ages.
Yeah.
Because I treat it the same way.
It's 3 o'clock, she's sitting there in the function room, alone, going, when you're ready. Yeah. Now it's on.
I treat it the same way I do a gig, like my gigs, my one-man gigs.
Yeah.
I sit there and go, whatever ye want.
Yeah.
There's no like ego here. Whatever ye want, I'll bend over the bar and play it. No bother.
Would be inclined to go to one of your acoustic gigs and so.
Yeah.
Because I think if there's a whatever you want approach.
Whatever you want, whatever you need. Yeah.
But I just think it'd be no harm to go in and maybe throw a few curveballs your way. Or maybe orchestrate it some night and film it so that you see you sweat.
Yeah, but you want to hear the line though.
Yeah.
Once I know it, I'll play it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now, you can put that on my gravestone.
So it's not really whatever you want.
If he knew it, he'd play it.
It's not full status quo.
But I mean, have you ever listened to a radio ad where they're like, this pill is going to save your life? Terms and conditions applies, though. It might not actually save your life. There's a good chance to get gout. That's what I am.
Up to 50% off.
Yeah, up to one item is 50% off.
So
I know one song probably from the night. 50% is actually, I wouldn't even be.
Yeah.
I always say to them, I probably don't know 90% of them, but take your chance. What's the worst thing I can say? No,
that's true. Okay,
and if you want to keep delving into Kendy's,
that's it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Ray, whenever you start up your own wedding band and do your own one-man gigs and you start DJing, then
I'm getting a singing lesson this Friday.
I mean, one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
that should be all it takes.
No, I'm too big of a friend to you to really go in at what I want to say.
No, do it. Go on.
I just said, people. Some people can sing, Ray.
Yeah.
Some people can play bass.
Singing lesson with Carl Jack because I've had it up to here with you. Going around thinking you're the big news, and you're not.
Listen to me.
And I'm going to learn the songs, and I'm going to be the guy that says whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah. Wait.
Let me say.
I'm going to take your gigs off you, Maves.
Yeah, but let me explain how it works to you, Ray.
Johnny, you'll give this to me.
This is the world. Mm-hmm. Some people can sing. Some people can play a bass.
Yeah.
And some people are really good civil servants.
And I'm neither of those.
No, you're a good civil servant. No, I hate when you put yourself down.
You talked to my boss today, and now she would have said, nope, not today. But Ray,
you always put in a great effort, though.
No, there was no effort put in
like, if you put that effort into something else that you were good at, you'd really find yourself prospering.
I got pure argumentative today with a minister.
Well, go on.
It was on a meeting.
He said,
with
Leo,
minister.
give a shit what anyone says.
Another minister, and I was like, no, that'll not work.
You can't talk to ministers like that.
No, I know you can't. That's why she gave me the bad look. She'd stop it now.
That's a disgrace.
She virtually kicked me under the table.
But is that, Who's actually muting my microphone? Ray was saying, what's going on here?
I was just in the middle of admonishing that man.
So is that the rude? You can't argue with the minister?
You're not supposed to.
Are they like the Pope? Like, you just have to kiss the ring?
Yeah, no, they're the boss.
Are you kissing the Michael ring off them?
I'm kissing the Michael ring off him all the time.
I wouldn't be able for that tall. I'd be going to affect this.
With ministers.
No.
You have to just sit there and go, he's just like anybody else. He's just a human being.
With loads of money.
Loads of money. And
the only difference between me and him is that he does not worry about the same things I worry about.
He doesn't.
That's the only difference.
No, he worries probably about. I have to say, TDs are great. They do, and especially ministers, they do worry about an awful lot of stuff. He was very good today in the meeting, I have to say.
Yeah.
I can't be talking about this at all. Let's move on.
And then he cries into his money then.
Speaking of
he drives home with the Tesla and he's like, oh, the poor
government decisions, right? You were on the way down up to Dublin, as we say here in the country, on Friday. You were talking about the way the housing crisis has gone, and the way that you have a theory on what the government are pushing us into. And I want to discuss that.
I don't remember anything, which is good. I don't remember a word of this.
So at the minute, it's very difficult for your average couple to buy a house.
Yeah.
So you were saying that if couples became thruples.
Oh, I remember now.
That would be... it's throuple economics, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about throuple economics.
That everything in life, it would be much the way the cost of living has gone now, that you nearly want to be in a trio as opposed to a duo.
So let's say
a three-piece.
A little three-piece sheet. You're single.
Yeah.
Working in Dublin.
Yeah.
And you're a professional. You're a teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Not a chance you're buying a house for yourself.
Not in Dublin. No.
Not a chance. So the old way would have been, well, a teacher should marry a teacher or a nurse. So if you're a teacher and a nurse,
guard and a nurse,
or a guard and a nurse, or that's a good trio there. But
No,
now,
a duo, garden nurse.
But that's a good 3 occupations. Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about, typically in what do you call that place?
If you wanted to buy a house back in the 80s and 90s in Ireland, an old nurse and a guard to get together, or an old nurse and a teacher
Where do they get together up in Dublin? Where is that place?
They'd meet in Coppers.
That's the one. So Coppers, garden nurse.
And someone would get fingered on night number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry now, but that's if you wanted a house in Ireland in the 80s, you had to get fingered on something. That's what happened. Male or female.
Right.
You know?
So,
and then that would be a blossoming relationship.
The blossoms.
Turning the key, they used to call it.
Yes,
you know?
so it blossoms, and all of a sudden the garden nurse then go for the mortgage after 3 years of lovey-doveyness.
Yes, they do.
And when they go for the mortgage, on their collective salaries of in around 90 or 100 grand, the both of them got told, no, sorry.
Yeah, no.
The house is 450,000 and you haven't got
That's what they get told now.
Yeah, so what you're saying is let's add a teacher into that, or a civil servant.
What I'm saying is that more and more and more we're hearing the words. I mean, we're about to have a referendum where they're taking mother out of it, right? You know, and more we're hearing about. But
they are replacing it. Let's be straight here now.
Yeah,
they are taking the mother out of it
with they them,
and they're replacing it with. Look, at anyone that's doing the caring in the home, we should be supporting it, because
so are they actually replacing it with that?
They're replacing it with a much better sentence that covers.
So
all
what is
aspects.
that sentence?
It's basically along the lines of the state will recognise, and I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
The state will recognising all the care that families give each other through the natural bond that's there.
Yeah.
And the state has to recognise and support that in a family. So you could have a situation where it could be a mother and or a father and a daughter living in a house, and that daughter might be working, she's a teacher, and the father's maybe elderly, and that daughter is caring for the father.
Yeah. And the state recognises that.
And the state recognises that, and sometimes the daughter has to stay at home with the father and maybe give up the job for a little while to care for him.
Yeah.
And the state recognises that. So they're not necessarily ruining it.
Yeah.
They're just widening it.
Yeah.
They're saying it's just not mammies. It used to be just mammies that mind everybody, not anymore.
So would a stay-at-home Kendy come under that umbrella?
Yes. If stay-at-home Kendy was minding someone, then
so are you telling me that there's
you.
a good chance that if we vote yes on this constitutional amendment, that in the Constitution now it might say mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, stay-at-home Kendys could be actually in it. That could be the wording.
I don't think they're going to say stay-at-home.
Well, I'm voting no then.
No,
I'm voting no, Ray. If I'm not going to get recognised as a stay-at-home Kendy, I've been looking after Ali for 17 months.
I'll talk to them tomorrow and see can we get stay-at-home Kendy included in the text.
Because if I have to be recognised in this, Ray.
Okay.
There isn't, it's not a broad enough field, Ray. Go broader. Yeah, go broader.
But you are recognised, just not by name. You want the brand in there for the purpose of the podcast, is it? Right.
I'm voting no.
Well, I don't know if your vote that worth. Anyway,
my vote is worth everything.
You have a guard and you have a nurse, and they're living together above in Dublin, and they want to buy a house. You're saying get to know, go on Tinder.
No, what I'm saying
meet
is
a teacher, and then become a throuple.
But I'm saying that this has already happened. This is already happening. Like,
you talking about me, Lauren Sean?
No, I'm not. Well, it could be, but. He's a musician. He won't get a house. Well, not
he
a chance.
Will. Stop it now. Don't be putting down musicians.
No, I'm just saying. I know I'm one of them as well.
They make the big money.
What I'm trying to say to you is that all of a sudden in the last 5 years or so, we keep hearing about polyamory.
Oh, right, okay.
So all of a sudden that's getting forced down our throats. Or two things are getting forced down throats.
Nobody's forcing polyamory down anymore. Where have you been for? Has anyone
I'm just saying, all of a sudden, I'm hearing all about it. Like,
hello, can I talk to you about polyamory?
Yeah, have you heard about our Lord and Saviour fucking two people? Yeah. Okay? So that's getting... and all of a sudden it makes sense now. Because they're saying to you, if you have any chance of buying a house, if you're a guard... and a nurse. You better get a civil servant involved as well.
The Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity, Ray.
Of
housing.
Yes.
And that's the only way nowadays that you're ever going to be able to buy a house.
And they'll be driving the nice car, they'd have the nice house, they'd have the shed out the back. I can see how it works.
Someone to get pregnant, you wouldn't know who.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And you wouldn't know, if you fall in the bed of nettles, you wouldn't know who stung you.
Which one stung you. So I think that they're trying to force this upon us now, and certainly up in Dublin. And they're biting in Dublin as well.
Yeah.
I look at my TikTok every day, Ray. There's all kinds of people on it.
Yeah.
There's there's non-binaries. Do you know? There's thems. And then there's these throuples.
Yeah.
I was at a gig one time, right, where someone said, I'd like to thank my two partners down the back of the pub for being here.
Magic.
Do you know? And I was going, do you know what?
This is great.
That's exactly what the government wants.
Yeah.
Because they want the three now to go in and buy a house because it's less, you know, the equity. Yeah.
You cults.
What do you call me?
No.
Yeah, how cults
are great.
Cults are marvelous.
Because if a cult, that's a big gang of people. Yeah. And they've all got the one big house then.
Yeah.
They can afford to get something nice.
They don't really call them houses though. They kind of call them compounds.
Because compounds are communes.
I think if anyone says that you're living on a compound, you're probably in the cult.
Now,
and the thing about cults is, I mean, I've often said this as well, like, cults are all fun and games. right? And they're very intricate little kind of communities until you realise that it's just one fella trying to ride all the women. I mean, that's what it is. Like.
But what if there's a few fellas involved?
No, there's not. There's never is.
What if you and Nicola?
There's always one
Ali,
Messiah.
And then myself and Sean and Laura, right? And James.
Yeah.
And
Neve.
And
right.
Brendan,
let's bring in Kiva today.
And Neve. And bring in Kiva.
Yeah.
So a big gang of us. Yeah. Why don't we all just pool the resources?
What are we going to do? Buy Lissadell?
We could buy Lissadell. Or there's a really nice place out in Strandhill for about 1.1 million. And there's a really nice big shed as well. And me and all the lads could be out in the shed, tinkering with the speakers and the cameras and everything.
I'd be worried that my contribution to that would be so minimal that you'd treat me like an old dog. I'd be sleeping out in the chicken coop.
Everybody's equal.
Are you sure now? No, there's no such thing. Good. Whoever has the most money, which is probably James, if I'm being honest. James would end up being the Messiah, and it'd start lovely. James would be like, I'm going to look after you all as my followers. Yeah. And then we'd be like, oh, that's great. Like, James, in fairness to him, he's contributing loads. We'll clean the house for him because he's off making the bread and the dough, most of it.
Fair enough.
And then he'd end up saying, I just want to have a little lecture every night.
Yeah.
That lecture, then we'd start calling them sermons. And then all of a sudden, James is going, I'm sleeping with all 5 women tonight now.
And I'm marrying your daughter, Ali.
Yeah,
she's only 12.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens, James, you dirty pervert.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Can we get someone else to flick the keys?
But having said that, if you do want to have relations with all of our businesses, I will stay in that house in Strandhill and bite my tongue. And I'll draw the line at drinking the Kool-Aid.
Very good.
He's like, I've made up this lovely drink for us all. Everyone's out together. We'll all drink this together. And I'm like, James, love you. Do you know what? They're renting a house. There's actually a house of rent in Caltra. I'm actually going to move out again, lovey.
I have another question for you.
Yeah. So get into a throuple. If you want to buy a house, get into a throuple.
That's what you need.
That's what we're trying to tell
everyone.
Good
throuple though.
A good
not
throuple.
A shite throuple.
No, 3. You have 4 choices for your 3 people.
Okay.
A guard, a nurse, a civil servant, or a teacher.
Or someone that works in the private sector and makes decent money.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's 5 out of 3.
Yeah.
So does 5 go into 3? Who knows? Does 2 go into 1? Try it out.
I have a question for you. I may have mentioned this to you as well. Have you had any thoughts about preparing for war? Now, so a couple of people, there's a general there in NATO come out and said, look at lads, and the Brits have come out and said it as well.
I got the doomsday blues, man, even thinking about it.
Yeah, we're living now in a pre-war era, right? So that means, look, peace is not a given.
How can you preempt that though?
Yeah, but you can. So I'm just going to give you some helpful tips, and I just wanted to see, would you be interested in this now?
Buy a house.
No, so you have your house. So let's imagine here now, let's just set a scene.
Yeah.
Here is Mark, Nicola and Ali, right?
Yeah.
And you're of a Tuesday evening, we'll say, right? Everything's ticking over lovely, right? A young lady comes to the door, right? And she's selling insurance, right? And she's from, I don't know, Eastern Europe, perhaps. She's a very nice young lady. Yeah. And you invite her in for the tea, and then the war starts.
While she's here.
Right. Now, I just thought of throwing her in there as a little wild card.
This Anne Frank or something.
No, it's not. You are now the man of the house. The war has started. You are now responsible for Nicola, Ali, and this young lady from Eastern Europe.
I read an article today that would say that won't work, but okay. Sorry now, just to cut across it, but there was an article today in the New York Post that said that millennial fathers are terrible at DIY.
All right, so you're not going to work, no?
But it said that the baby boomer fathers were savage at DIY, but someone commented underneath it and said, well, at least I can tell my daughter I love her, that's what the millennial fathers are able to do. My father never talked to us. He fixed everything.
Yeah.
But he never talked to us.
No,
I can't fix anything.
That's my worry now, that you're not going to be ready. So all of a sudden the power gets cut for starters.
Is that the first thing to do in war?
That's the first
cutting the fucking power that...
They've blown something up somewhere.
Christ.
The dam down in the Shannon.
Dam.
That's blown up, the first thing that's gone. And there's a couple other power. Bournemouth in the Midlands gone.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. I've driven that road as well, man. No, but that could do with being levelled out, actually.
That'll be a fire that'll burn for days.
Oh, man.
There you are there now. There's no power. First of all, your very first problem is you won't be able to make tea. What are you going to do?
So how are we going to think?
Well, how is this young lady that has now become a guest in your house? You can't make tea for her either.
Right, okay. Well, the good thing is that for some reason the water in my toilet downstairs is starting to boil. So that'll probably already be...
Why is the water
I don't know. There's something going on with the pipes.
You can't drink that.
You'd flush the toilets.
You can't drink that.
What?
See, I'm just saying that within a couple hours, you and all the members of your household would be dead.
Are you trying to make me build a bunker here or something? Within a couple of hours, because we had no tea, you're saying we're dead. Sure, he couldn't make tea, sure. Did you hear what happened to Kendy? They got him. What happened? I fucking couldn't boil the kettle. Gone. He was gone in 6 hours.
He had a couple of bottles of James'
Kool-Aid. They said he died. He died of dry throat. They said. What do you think happens like in a couple of hours that you can't make tea?
What you need to do is you need to have like a couple of flashlights so you can see, and a couple of candles with matches. You have them.
I have one light over there, man. I bought it. It's a video light.
Have your radio with batteries in it that'd work off the grid. So you get the emergency announcements telling you how bad everything is everywhere.
But you still, you think it's one of those films. You're like, someone's going to come onto the radio and go, ladies and gentlemen, if you can make your way.
It'll be definitely Michael D.
Make your way. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
We are all welcome in Oris and Outdoor.
I have a big ass bunker here.
And we have plenty of tea on as well. The kettle is not gone down.
Sabina!
But you think that it's going to be someone coming on saying, this is our darkest hour. Everyone get to where
there'll be a Churchill moment.
No, it's funny you say that now, because there's a great Darren Brown documentary.
Yeah.
Where a fella...
This is not the DJ, is it?
What?
Darren Brown?
No, there's only one DJ going on, man. DJ Kendy with the Atlantic.
Okay,
Darren Brown is the mentalist.
Oh, yes.
Do you know that fella?
Yeah.
Anyway, he did...
Because Darren Brown, the DJ, was looking for a microphone last night about Sligo. And I was very tempted to comment on it. And then I said, no, couldn't be arsed.
That's good to know, man. Ray had one, but he couldn't have been arsed.
Yeah, couldn't have been arsed. Sorry,
Could
Darren.
not have been arsed
No.
with this. So... he had a documentary where he met a fella. He brought him to Doomsday. There was the apocalypse had happened, and he had to then find. He had to mind this little girl.
Yes, yeah.
So that would be good.
This is exactly the same as what I just described.
Yeah,
you have Nicola and Ali. You have to mind this little girl from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. So the first thing I would say is she good looking?
Yes, very good looking.
Okay, so the first thing I'd say to Nicola is we might have to repopulate. So just get. No, but not straight away. I'm just saying, Nicola, we haven't even opened the front door yet. We don't know what's happened outside.
Don't know what's happened yet, yeah.
I just need to plant the seed, metaphorically and physically. Yeah. That there might come a stage where we'll have to repopulate quite quickly.
Yeah.
So I need you to get on board. She's a civil servant anyway. We know that because she's coming to the door selling something or whatever. Yeah. She has a private sector job.
She does.
So there's a good chance of a mortgage straight away. We might have
post-apocalyptic.
We might have to think about me getting involved with this one.
Yes,
you can watch, no problem at all.
So this is where your mind goes. The reason I threw in
I'm only thinking about the world, Ray. Sorry for thinking about repopulating the world. Like
the reason I threw her in is she was a distraction. I wanted to see could you manage to hold your focus to protect your family in that moment.
Straight away, I went.
And straight away, you went repopulating her with the Eastern European lady, the very beautiful lady who's selling insurance.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's why you need to prepare for war. You need to prepare for chastity, my friend.
So, in order to prepare for war, you're telling me that the natural male instincts have to be put on hold.
Yes. In favour of, protection and having the... What you need to do now is buy loads of baked beans and put them somewhere in the house.
I have spaghetti hoops. Will that do?
Yeah, that'll keep you going. But you've no way of cooking them. So you'd be like that, your favourite video, eating sausages out of the packet.
Oh, that dirty pervert of a fella who's doing that. I always bring it up, but fuck me, it's the worst video I've ever seen. A Roscommon man eating raw leaky sausages.
I just think you should give it some thought.
So what's your instinct telling you? The first thing you do?
First thing, myself and Laura are hoping to buy a house in the coming months.
Yeah.
And I definitely will be putting some resources into buying some things
Ray,
for the house.
I know people like you, man. I've heard about
I want to get a generator.
Right.
A
big generator.
A big generator, yeah. I hear they sound good.
Yeah.
So I want to get a big generator. That sounds good.
Yeah.
And I want to have loads of diesel for it, or petrol, or whatever it is. But I need it to be an extra silent one.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people outside the house knowing I have
to know you have the power.
Because I'm making tea inside.
No.
And I don't want them to know.
I know what happens with that as well.
Yeah, they come in then.
No, because I've seen it in, what's that thing?
And I get fiddled with.
What's that fucking thing, James? What's that series we were all watching? The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Last of Us?
No.
I know what happens.
Right.
You have a generator and your house is ticking over in the middle of an apocalypse, and all of a sudden you turn into a homosexual.
Why?
I've seen it in one of the episodes.
Why would I turn into a homosexual?
Because...
And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
No, nothing wrong with it.
If I did, apart from Laura be upset.
No, Ray's big into it, actually. That's one of the episodes in that. Your man has a generator, all of a sudden he's kissing a fella.
Is that really what happened?
I mean, I don't know the ins and outs.
Has there only been scientific studies done on the
people are
effects
know.
of generators and...
No, people are going to... Yeah. People are going to know what I'm on about. Yeah,
okay.
They will know that all of a sudden you'll start kissing fellas if you get a generator. It happened in episode 3, The Last of Us season 1.
Okay.
Or episode 4 or something.
So only Laura can
generator,
generator
you want to get straight away. What do you mean? She can pull the thing?
She can pull the thing. She works it.
Yeah.
So I'll keep away from the generator. But then I'd also get loads of tin foods, and I'd get batteries and lights and all the bits, and a gas cooker and a superstar.
That's a hooker, by the way.
A gas cooker?
Yeah.
How do you mean that's a hooker?
That's slang word for a prostitute.
I don't
a sex worker. You're supposed to call them sex workers now.
So you're telling me that I'm after saying that? Okay,
yeah,
no,
if you were like,
a gas cooker.
I went to Amsterdam and I got myself a gas cooker. That means a sex worker.
Okay, fair enough.
A beautiful sex worker. They're all beautiful if you ask me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Now, you were on
so
about...
I'm going to buy loads of things and I'm going to have it all ready. But I shouldn't have said this on the podcast because now if
everyone knows.
Anyone that in the locality knows, I think Ray was going to buy stuff and they're going to come out to the house.
I know people like you. I've seen you in films, and you're exactly the weird person. But you're the fellow who has survived for 25 years. But what'll happen is everyone around you will have gone.
Yeah.
And you're the only one surviving in a brilliant setup that you've built.
Yes.
You've built a little bunker down below.
I am legend.
Yeah, I am legend.
I am legend.
I am.
Even though I still can't get over my upset at Will Smith is still really raw.
Why?
I know we're digressing.
Because the dog.
Because no, what do you mean the dog?
Oh,
no, the situation. Take my wife's name out of your mouth.
Oh yeah,
that crack.
Well, you never get over that.
He really let me down.
Yeah, he let himself down though. I'm sure he knows
He did,
that.
but he had a tough old time of it, and I know there was contributing factors. But my God, above.
Yeah.
Apparently, he came home and Jada was flat out on the couch with someone.
Yeah. So
but then apparently he didn't react very well at all.
Yeah, no, but he has been. She is treating him like an old dog. Like is what would happen there.
I know. How come I can't get past the?
Because
can't past it.
The reason you can't get past it, Ray, and this is serious though, is because me and you don't really comply with the human nature rules of boxing someone in the jaw.
No.
Because we so as upset as we ever get, I had an upset moment, we'd say about a month ago, where a girl got like touched up by someone, right?
Yes.
And after it happened, there was about 8 of us lads left there going, we were just ripping.
Yeah.
But I knew that none of us have the capacity to go and try and kick the head of someone.
Yes.
It's not in us.
So we're not Will Smiths.
We're not Will Smiths, and you're not either. You would never turn to violence, would you?
No.
It's the last thing I turn to as well as violence.
What's that thing you say about, wait, give me a chance here now, where's my phone?
Have sex, not war. Oh no, sorry, yeah.
The thing you said last week about
the what?
Well, 1 minute now, just 1 minute. Wait till I get my phone.
If I get my hand out 999 in a second, now you're in for it. I'm just saying, it doesn't come into my head. Now there was something else I was going to say to you about all that as well. Okay, so you've set it all up. Yeah, I know what'll happen.
Yeah,
everyone else will have gone before you. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you're now living in an apocalyptic, war-driven world. 20
just
years
on my own,
later.
it's all gone.
Yeah, they're all gone. That's what happens, Ray, to weirdos like you. And then you're survived.
Do we still have the cat?
Huh? Ula long gone. Ooh la la, she went off.
Oola's our cat.
They're the only thing that'll survive war as well, but they won't stay with you in your shitbox. They'll be gone again, looking for dead rats.
Can I talk to you about the effectiveness of our cat? I know we're moving swiftly on here now.
Yeah.
I have a problem with our cat.
I do too.
So, last night,
like
when myself and Laura watching the telly, right? Watching The Sopranos, as we do most Sundays.
She'll kill you for saying this.
What? Watching The
Laura,
Sopranos?
No, like you hate the cat.
No, I don't hate the cat.
You want to get rid of the cat?
I have spoken to the cat about the issues that we have.
Okay.
I said it to her after this.
Right.
I said, now hold on a minute now. This is not the way cats work.
Yeah.
So
that cat is broke.
We're sitting watching the television, and next thing we hear a commotion in the hallway outside the living room.
Yeah.
Right? And Laura instantly her senses were aroused.
Big aroused senses on her.
She really put that the wrong way, didn't I?
All of a sudden she was mad aroused.
All of a sudden she was mad aroused by her senses.
Yeah.
And she went out to the hallway to see what was going on. And she said, oh my God, a mouse.
Yeah.
There was a mouse in the house.
Yeah.
First of all, there was no mouse in the house to begin with. The cat was outside.
Yeah.
Found the mouse.
Yeah.
Decided I'm going to have all the crack with this mouse.
I'm going to bring that mouse inside.
I'm going to bring the mouse inside.
Was it dead?
So, no.
Oh, see, that's why cats are vindictive bastards.
So the mouse was very much alive, and you know the front door of our house.
I do.
So the mouse was pinned up against the door, and Ola the cat was playing with the mouse.
Oh my God.
I freaked out.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's a mouse in the house all of a sudden.
Yeah. I have so much to say on this.
Now, I'll continue on.
Yeah, you continue on.
Okay, so I immediately pushed Laura out of the way, which she didn't enjoy.
Okay.
I pushed her into the kitchen. I said, just stop it, I'll do this. Because I went into full I am legend mode.
Right.
I was
legend.
I was going to protect her.
Right.
Keep your wife's name, all that sort of crap.
Keep my wife's name out
your... Keep that mouse out of your... All that sort of
What
crap.
were you going to do? Like?
So obviously I isolated the hallway.
Right.
And I also evacuated the cat out of the hallway. So I pushed the cat and Laura into the kitchen.
Right.
And I was alone with the mouse.
Right.
I then...
just you and the mouse.
Just me and the mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, I was freaking out. So then I opened the door. The front door of the house. Right? And the mouse exited.
Right.
Straight out the door and went left up the street.
Right.
I followed the mouse out because I was thinking I need to make sure this mouse is far away from the house.
Okay.
And as I went out the door, an older couple that live in
the
house,
an
older couple that live in the house up the street were walking casually down the street and witnessed the door opening, the mouse coming out.
Oh my God.
And me coming out after the mouse, chasing the mouse.
Yeah.
This is like something from a cartoon.
Yeah,
so I immediately had to explain
the
myself.
song in the background was so Ray had an old school broom, you know, like the broom with the bristles. And he had a little apron on.
Yeah.
Had a big fat belly.
I immediately knew that this didn't look good because no one wants people to know that you have mice in your house.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm sorry, the cat brought the mouse in and we're now trying to get rid of the mouse. And they were like, oh yeah, sure, likely story.
Yeah.
So I passed by them and I followed the mouse up the street. The mouse then went right up door to door, trying to get in every one of the doors. Okay. And I was freaking out going, oh no, she'd be in one of the neighbours' houses. Right? And I was just clicking at it.
Okay.
Trying to, come on now. I was herding the mouse up the street.
Yeah, skip.
And eventually, just as I was getting to, there was a gate into a garden. And I was thinking, this is where I'm going to get the mouse into the garden and then the mouse is safe.
Yeah.
It's not going to get
Why
run
were you
over
trying
by
to
a
keep
car.
the mouse so safe?
I wanted to get him off the road. I didn't want him going into any other house, or I didn't want him getting run over.
No,
he had a traumatic time.
I would try and walk it out onto the road to get run over.
No, I didn't. So what happened?
A mouse.
But I was trying to be a good person.
Okay.
Until we just got as far as the gate to the garden, and he turned on me.
Right.
And started jumping at me and going,
oh my God. I would have fucking booted it up halfway
so I had to
Dunstores.
do a little soccer tap. Because he kind of came at me jumping and I kind of tapped him back and he kind of rolled over and then he came at me again and I was like, ugh.
And then you were like, alright, bust the move, bitch, come on. Y'all want to get big sexy up in this.
I was playing keepy uppies with the mouse.
What?
Because the mouse kept coming back and I kept kicking him over and then eventually the mouse realised that I didn't want to fight him, that I just wanted him to go and be safe.
He was begging you to box.
He was roaring at me.
And
I didn't realise mice had that kind of, because I had chased him up the street and eventually I presume he just got sick of me.
Yeah. He was saying, why is this bastard following me?
Yeah.
So
I've had enough of your following me, he probably said.
So he did take off eventually.
So then he tipped off then, yeah. But I don't think that mouse is in great shape.
Was it a field mouse? Was it brown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I want to talk to you about your beloved cat, Ula. Laura, if you're listening to this episode, earmuffs.
Oh, good. Right.
I would not listen to what I'm about to say right now.
Yeah.
So if you have a dog and a dog wants to kill something because it thinks it's a threat.
Yes.
The dog will just kill that thing.
Just kill the thing, yes.
And then feel really guilty afterwards. It'll actually sit there beside us.
Yeah.
Ula was doing that for play.
She was, yeah.
So cats are murderers. Vindictive Ted Bundy murdering bastards. No, they are though.
Okay.
Jeffrey Dahmer bastards, these things are. Because Ula brought that in to play with us before it killed us.
I thought cats kept mice out of the house.
No. They bring them in and they play with them. And here's the thing. The only reason Ula hasn't done that to you and Laura yet is because of the size of you.
What?
If you were the size of a mouse,
yes,
she would have done that to you.
She'd do the same to us.
Yeah. Cats, everybody out there, anyone else who's a cat person, earmuffs right now. Cats are psychopathic murderers. They're sociopaths.
She's lovely other days though. She's very loving and the whole lot, but she's only because we're bigger than her.
Yeah, because you're bigger than her.
Okay, fair enough.
I guarantee if you were smaller than that cat, that's what tigers are and lions.
Yeah.
So tigers and lions are bigger cats, big cats.
And they'd play with me.
They will play with you.
Yeah, until I die.
Until you die.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's true.
Whereas a dog will only do it when it needs to do it.
Smells. Cats don't smell.
Cats do smell. Have you ever smelled cat piss?
No, I never smelled cat piss.
Have you ever smelled a dead cat up in an engine?
Why would I smell that?
No, but I'm not saying you have to. It happened one time to a friend of mine's car, Ray.
Oh, yeah.
And it smelled like a fuck. I think they had to just write the car off. And people like, the car looks fine. It's not.
No, it's not.
I can't die.
It'll never be the same.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to people out there who are cat people. I'm very, very sorry.
I disagree with you.
But you can't disagree with me because I'm right.
I just think she's very poor at keeping the mice out.
But she brought it in to play with us. And if there was cat police.
If a person did
there was a cat Netflix.
Right.
Let's say there was a cat Netflix.
Fair enough.
And Inspector Meow Meow.
Meow Meow.
Right? Meow, so the documentary would start with that dulcet kind of... And then Inspector Meow Meow would go, hiya, I'm Inspector Meow Meow from the Virginia Police Department, Cat Police Department, Pussy Patrol. And...
No, we're on a stag.
And... we had just never seen nothing like that around our town before, because that and then your Ula would be on it. I'm telling you, there would be true crime documentaries about cats. It would be twice the database that Netflix has.
It'd be a good show last night how she caught the mouse and then brought the mouse in and then she just taunted the mouse for hours.
Yeah, but there would be other animals watching animal Netflix going, Jesus Christ, those cats are... Did you watch the documentary on that cat? They're bastards.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said, Inspector Pew Pew, that would be the...
Meow Meow.
Inspector Paw Paw, he would be the doggy inspector then, who was going like, we never seen nothing like this in our town before.
Did you enjoy, speaking of dogs, did you enjoy the man's reaction on TikTok to the license, the puppy license inspector?
Staffel.
Stop.
Don't be going round now.
Don't be going round
wasting shoe leather.
Shoe leather. Will you go and get a right job? Awful ignorant. But very funny.
I do have to say the funniest video I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, for anyone that hasn't seen it.
It's Galway County Council going around looking for dog licenses. The fella, he is the most ignorant man. I mean, just that level of talking to another human like that is so despicable.
Two lovely dog license
They're just
inspectors.
council workers.
Yeah,
it's so despicable. It really is. That's my first thought on it.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious though.
What does he say?
I love when your man says, he just goes, hello, and then your man goes like, just Galway County Council, just dog inspector, that we're looking for licenses.
Yeah.
Have you got any dogs? And he just goes, stop, will you? That is just, it's the way when he says to him, going round now, don't be wasting shoe leather.
Yeah, takes two E. Would you ever go and get real jobs?
Yeah, I mean that is so ignorant. But your man doesn't know how to react to him. He just goes.
He deals with it well. He just walks off.
No, but he actually says at one stage, "Is that a yes or a no?" Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Like Jesus Christ, it's what a video to come out. Like, you know.
Do you think he must have released that though?
Yeah, he must have. He must have sent it on to someone.
Yeah.
I must get one of those ring bells as well. I must, because I have to say, just the caliber of salespeople that are landing at doors nowadays is just, I mean.
You think you'd knock a bit of crack out of it?
I don't know if I'd knock a bit of crack. I think you'd really see the bad side of human nature when they're trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
Because they'll ask every question under the sun. They have an answer for everything you say, like, you know.
Speaking of door people, have
like
you noticed?
Door people ask me, like, oh, what's your bill now, like? Yeah. And I'd say, I can't change due now because I'm in arrears. That's always my statement.
Oh, nice.
And then they'll say to me, how much are your arrears? And I'd be like, fuck off, like.
I don't
come here. How much debt are you in? Like, you're just at my door now. I don't know you. How much in your bank account?
But they might be able to clear it for you.
No, but they're like, it's such an ignorant question to ask. How much are your arrears now? Like, will you ever go away and shite? Like,
can I ask you?
Saying that to me.
Is your post?
Do you not care about the poor kids in China? No, like, go away. What?
Is your post coming on time these days?
Yeah, no, okay, this is the one thing I will say. I have the best, Sligo has the best postal service in the country.
Right.
So there's a couple of lads that land to my door.
Yeah.
There's the early morning fella who doesn't say boo.
Right.
He leaves the letters in. They're either good or bad letters, right?
Yeah.
I know one of the gentlemen. I won't say his name, but I know one of the gentlemen in the post. But when I meet him out, he's like, did you get that? You know, if it's a package,
nice,
all right.
yeah.
I love that. I love that about Sligo. And then there's another gentleman who said to me, I mean, this is the guy who drives the electric van now around, and he drops off the afternoon parcels, the shit that's been bought on Amazon and Pullman and all that, and he knows. He's always asked me about Ali and my daughter, and when I meet him at the door, and he says to me, "Come here, if Ali's asleep, he said, put a note on the door, and I leave it around the back so that I'm not waking or ringing your doorbell."
That's very nice.
You remember whenever I did the St. Patrick's Day parade, the presenting it?
Yes.
With Patrick Fitzeddy, right?
Patrick, son of Eddie. Patrick Fitzeddy.
I'm about to realise there wasn't any Fitzpatrick.
It's Robbie Fitzpatrick.
I know, but I got mixed up whenever I tried to do the backwards name, and I ended up using his son's name.
You just said his son's name.
Feck it anyway.
Anyway.
Feck it anyway, trying to be funny. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, he said, whenever he said, he handed me an Amazon parcel and said, you were brilliant on the live stream.
That's nice,
And that's what I love about local boy. No one, he was the only one. I said, you're only saying that now. He said, I actually am. Yeah,
I'm only asking you this because our post has gone shite.
Well, there you go. I'm delighted with the postal service in Sligo. Ray, on the other hand, thinks you're all a shower of bastards.
That's not what I said.
Why though? Why?
It's just not coming when it used to come.
But you look.
Stop it now.
Ray, it doesn't always happen like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know.
Moving swiftly on. I have two more things because we're on time pressure tonight.
We are under time pressure.
Little girl has to have a bath.
That's right.
So the first.
Shit! Go on, quick. Go on.
Yeah, okay.
Quick, Ray. I need you to do this quicker.
Headaches.
Yeah, I get them all the time, man. Talking to you.
There is a stone in a field.
I thought you were going to say there's a stone weight on you
that's giving you
them.
In a field in Westmeath in a place called Rahue.
Right.
And now some listeners
Bless
of the
you.
podcast. Some listeners of the very good. Some listeners of the podcast live in Rahue.
Bless you. Okay.
Shawnee B lives in Rahue.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Bless you. And he never told us about this, and this is why I am upset. I learned about this in TikTok today. There is a headache stone in Rahue.
Right, okay.
And the headache stone Apparently, Saint Hugh was born on this stone. It's Ra Hugh.
Okay.
So Saint Hugh was born on this stone, and apparently there's a little hollow in it. And if you put your head into the hollow,
Hello? You say hello? It's the
little hollow.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So you put your head into the hollow.
yeah.
And it cures the headache.
All right. Okay.
So
Okay.
my point.
I gotta get my head around this genuinely.
No, it's just a quick little piece.
This is bullshit. No,
No,
I'm
it's
not.
not. It's not bullshit because
I know this is a quick little piece, right? But okay, there's a thing called placebo and also
But
time.
it's very like Father Ted in that there is actually a sign out at the road, headache stone and an arrow.
But what
and you
happens-
have to walk across
Yeah.
a person's field. Like
Okay.
there's livestock in the fields, so you have to be careful.
I mean, I'm sure everyone needs tourism. That's a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
What happens is you go there, so it takes you an hour or two to get there.
Yeah, to the headache
So
stone.
the headache's going down a little bit in
Probably
that
good
stage.
that you're out in the fresh air.
Then you go and stick your head in it, and then you go, oh, hopefully this works. And then an hour later, your headache's gone.
Yeah.
Because that's what headaches do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work. It's
Well,
a load of
my
bollocks.
biggest question was...
Do you know what? I actually had a headache one day, Ray. And funnily enough, I stuck my head in the oven, right? For 5 minutes. And then 2 days later, my headache was gone. So that's the Howley oven of...
No. In fairness now...
That's bollocks.
People say it works, and what I'm wondering is why they didn't take it and bring it to the hospital.
What?
You know,
Well,
put it in the hospital so
Sorry,
that people
no.
have a headache.
Yeah.
A doctor can prescribe you 2 minutes on the headache stone.
Who is going to the hospital with a headache, Ray?
True,
You'd be laughed out the door.
It's true, yeah.
If you go to the
You can see
hospital
why
with a
the-
headache.
the
Please don't be clogging up the A&Es with headaches like Ray
Anyway,
telling
if
you
you're
to
out
do.
if anywhere near Westmeath, go check out the headache stone and tell us all about it.
Right, okay, what's your last little bit, Raybo?
Last thing, we're watching Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. Do you watch any bit of it at all?
During COVID, every night, me and Nicola watch Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
It's tremendous.
I don't know if there's any new episodes or not. Also, after this, if you do watch Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, just Google the restaurants after every episode. That's what me and Nicola used to love doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're all closed down.
All right.
They all lasted 9 months
I'd love to do
after he left.
Yeah, I'd love to do a little kind of success rate.
There is none
Gordon,
of them.
were you very good at refurbishing these restaurants?
Yeah, but also the same, so you can polish up a shite.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. So
It's still a shite.
I had an idea as I was watching it yesterday.
We're not starting up restaurants.
No.
It's one of the hardest businesses to
No,
do.
we're not starting up a restaurant. I'm saying you could do a similar thing for ourselves, where it'd be Raybo's venue nightmares,
Yeah, okay.
right?
And you go in
So
then.
me and you go in
Yeah.
to like a nightclub.
Yeah.
And there'd be loads of speakers broke, and there'd be loads of lights with no bulbs in
Yeah,
them.
there'd be
And there'd be a shithole. And
Yeah.
there'd be a lad, that drives a big 7 Series BMW that runs the place.
Yeah.
And he's kind of going, we got a good crowd here on Saturday night.
We
you know?
used to, I'll tell you one thing, back in the day now.
Yeah, just it's a fine spot now.
Those-
Yeah. And we said to him, look it now, Jimmy.
This place is in shit,
This
Jim.
place is shit, and we're going to make a big deal. We're going to do a big, and we didn't bring in loads of extra speakers.
So,
Get
yeah.
Reynolds a Rafo down.
No, but do we
with
have
the
to
big
start
speakers.
off? No, but do we have to start off the same way that he does, where he goes in and samples it first?
Oh, yeah,
So
and
me and you would walk in and
and
say,
there's carpets and it's
"How yeah?
sticky."
Can I get a vodka white, please?"
Yeah.
Right, and then they give us out like a glass that's like it's still warm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh, we must go over and listen to the tunes," like, and then the DJ, you can't hear the DJ.
And the toilets, none of the toilet seats are present.
There's
in
no
the toilet.
doors on the toilets,
No
right?
doors in the toilet.
And there's 16 lads doing cocaine in the corner.
It's a disaster. Of a
Yeah,
place.
and then we're like, "Oh my god, this place is in shit." And then
Rural Irish
and then the
nightclubs.
next day he's like, "They used to not. We used to always
used
have
to
the glasses
have
clean."
back
And
in
it
the
was
90s.
fucking- It was savage. Man. We
people
had
used to
lights
wear
outside.
shoes.
Yeah, and then we had to try and fix it. So what do we do to fix it?
What we do is we get Reynolds Rafo in there, the world's premium nightclub refurbishment
No.
company. They come down, right?
Yep.
Dean Dermot.
Yeah.
And myself and yourself and Dean Dermot comes in, and we replace all the speakers with nice harmonic design speakers.
Lovely.
And lovely lights.
Yep.
Put everything, and we take up the carpet.
Yep.
That'd be our signature thing.
Oh, yeah,
Take
that-
up the carpet. Like
that-
Gordon
yeah.
Ramsay with the new menu.
And they'd be like that.
We take
then
up
they'd
the,
be-
yeah, Jimmy be
fuck.
like, oh, jeez, I never
That carpet's
realised there
been
was
there
one down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's original wood flooring.
Yeah,
You know,
and we're going to
lay
varnish that up.
Yeah.
And now we're going to get in a whole load of fancy ladies to do a big launch night and a big fancy DJ. and-
Tits. Yeah, let's fucking. There's
But
only
no,
one
no,
way to lift your
subtle-
nightclub up.
subtle tits, though.
Subtle tits.
Subtle tits.
Yeah. Suckle tits.
Subtle titties. Great.
You
we're
have
great
to be subtle titties. Yeah.
We're great subtle titty.
Yeah, that could be the name of your brand new nightclub.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to
The
Subtledidies.
Subtle titty. Anyway, so we're doing this nightclub for refurbishment.
Yeah.
We bring in like a real superstar DJ, like Jedward or something spinning.
Well,
the
I'm a
decks.
superstar DJ
Yeah,
now.
you could do it. You bring your main mixing finger.
DJ
Kendy's
Kendy.
going to do it.
Yeah.
And then the whole town comes out because all of a sudden the shite fucking town rural disco is now, the
Yeah.
carpet's gone, there's toilet seats,
Yeah.
the vodka and white is cold.
Yeah. There has to be 10 minutes during the night though, where it looks like it's not going to work out.
Jimmy and the bouncers try to revert back to what, and the DJ. It's a shite mic you're using there, Barry.
I gave you the 58, Barry.
Use the 58, Barry.
And then the bouncers are just like, I don't know. I thought I saw that fella doing something I didn't like. I'm going to bash his head in.
No, you're
and
not.
we're like, no, we don't do that anymore in this place.
And what's worse, the bouncers have let in a load of young fellas they shouldn't have let in.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
the boys were causing trouble down the town already, and now they're after getting let in. They ruined the vibe for everybody.
Anyway,
we have to get them kicked out again silently. Let's come out here. I have a bag of coke, and then out the back door.
So the night ends up anyway, a huge success. Yeah, massive. And we're all sitting there. Jimmy, myself, yourself, all the girls, the DJs, the whole lot are sitting there.
Yeah. All of them still have the titties out.
Everybody's had such a good night. And we're going now.
Big old pairs of out tits. No,
do you see now where you went wrong? You see now how you can sustain this.
Yeah.
And we're going to get Aileen on the social media for you.
Now.
And she is going to up this place's game.
Now.
Right?
It's closed in 6 months. Not because of Aileen, by the way. That's just always what happens. She is genuine.
We come back then to Ballyhaberdashery then.
Yeah.
A couple of months later.
To Subtledidies.
The Subtledidies.
Nightclub. Welcome back. It's 6 months later, and Kendy and Raybo are back in Subtledidies to see how Jimmy's getting on.
And Jimmy's obviously fallen out with the manager you put in.
Jimmy's no longer there. But Subtledidies has gone from strength to strength.
No, it's gone. It's gone.
The carpet's back down. Yeah. It always happens that it ends up getting wrecked.
And just blame the fact, all the young ones are gone to Australia.
That's it.
Sure, why would you be trying to
Sure, how would you have a nightclub, man, when they're all in Australia?
You know?
And they're all in throuples up in Dublin. Sure, how the fuck are we going to have that in here?
And
they're trying to put 200 foreigners into the town as well. So the place is gone. Welcome back to Subtledidies. It's now an asylum seeker's home.
And the asylum,
there's bunk beds everywhere.
Now there's 160 men from Syria inside.
Subtledidies.
And Jimmy's getting 6.4 million a year to keep them there.
Seeker asylum underneath the lights of Subtledidies.
All right, okay.
Lads, we better go and let the young one go to bed. James, thanks so much.
A slightly shorter episode. I do apologise this week.
It was plenty of time.
Do you think?
Yeah, there's loads in it by the time you have it done. Don't be worrying. Okay. Also, live show, Ray, what date?
22nd of February.
22nd of February for Sligo So Funny Comedy Festival. It's in Anderson's. You can get tickets on sofunnysligo.com.
Yeah.
Kevin McGahern is our special guest. I can't wait.
You don't even have to be there.
I've been eating up his content lately. James, thank you so much for flicking the keys off yourself. Go to that live show. Patreon.com/Kendy Raybo Podcast if you want to watch the video.
Andersons and Maves. It's Rag Week this week, by the way. I'm waiting for clubs tonight.
I'm going to go in and get out of it with a load of young ones. I can't wait. Come on, Ray. We go out and get
County Colours night tonight.
Let's go out to Subtledidies. Come on, tell the two of us. Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo Podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items and Maeve's Cozy Front Lounge.